Hello Super Geeks, and welcome to today's Real Action Hero Superman Red Sun unboxing by Medicom. I'm really excited to have this figure, but not for the reasons that you might think. And yes, I have to record this video on my sofa because it's just too big to fit in my regular recording area, so I decided to do it here instead, very much in Ashen's style. For those of you who don't know, Ashen's is someone who does product reviews as well, and he's a hilarious English chap, and you should go subscribe to his channel because he pretty much rules. So this guy came in the mail today for me. I paid about $100 for him from a Canadian eBay seller. It made it to me in a few days, which is kind of cool. But I bought him because that head sculpt though, I mean, that just looks really good. Out of all the 1/6 scale figures, this head sculpt to me looks the most like a classic Superman. So I had to buy it just for the body and the head, and I'm going to put a different costume on him. But let's open him up anyway and just have a look. Here's the top of the box. Here's the side of the box. There's the other side, and there's the back. So if we just open this up, we can see that it comes in a really cool looking window box. Now a lot of people, including my wife, look at this and they say, oh, that's the closest thing to a doll you've ever owned. That's a doll. And I say, it's not a doll. It's an action figure. Don't call it a doll, okay? This is not a Superman doll. It is an action toy. And here we have the face here of the not doll action toy Superman figure not doll. And then here we have the not doll actual Superman action figure not doll right here. Let's open him up. All right, come on out of here, super duper man. Good bop. All right, so he comes in this plastic protective layer in front of him, and we're just gonna pull that off as well. And of course, all the stuff falls out as always. And we're just gonna pull him out of the package and have a quick look at him and what he comes with. So Superman comes with these two hands, you know, for as he's going for a walk and they're just kind of hanging down beside him. Hangy hands. He also comes with these slap me 5 hands. Good job, bro. Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. Nah, I kid, they're flying hands. Whoosh. Comes with 2 flying hands. He also comes with all this flight stand stuff. Oh, I guess we got the disky thing right here. You also get these 4... Oh, wait. I'm looking down at the camera. You can't really see. Okay, hold on a second. Let's use Superman's cape for contrast. Okay, you get these 4 separate flight holders right here for attaching to the stand. I guess maybe 1 or 2 of them are just to stand him up. Yeah, that sounds about right. Maybe some are for flight and some are for standing. Pop it there like that. So I'm going to stick that around his waist. It broke! Like... right away. Okay, well, it looks like I'm not using that one. Jeez. Okay, I've got him in his stand. It's attached to his leg. Don't be an idiot like me and then break one of these like a dummy. I'm sure that it's not the problem with Medicom. I'm sure it's just me being stupid. I didn't put a lot of pressure on it. It just... Okay, now that I got one broken, I'm going to do a test. Okay, put a little bit of pressure on it. Oh, sure, look at that. Nothing. I'm bending the thing like crazy. This one, I touched it for a second and it went tsh, snapped right off. Okay, well, that's something to think about. Be careful with these. I'm not gonna lie, I bought this figure for the head sculpt. I mean, if you ask me, that just looks so good. Like, that is a sick head sculpt. And the body itself, a lot of people don't like the body. They think the shoulders are too wide or whatever. I think the body sculpt is good. I mean, I like the fact that it has big shoulders and big bulging muscles and biceps. Some people think maybe the legs could be just a little bit bigger, but honestly, I have no complaints about this body. I know that the one that they did for Hush, the head sculpt is just a little bit smaller. They call him, what do they call him? Pinhead Superman or something like that. I don't think this one quite suffers from that. I think this head is maybe just a little bit bigger. But overall, I think it looks great. The gray and the red, they complement each other nicely. I mean, if you're going to have a Superman that's gray and red and not yellow, red, and blue, this looks pretty good. The detailing work here, the belt close up. I mean, they've got the shading here around the oval. They've gone to that extra effort. The belt goes all the way around and over his super buns. Like, it looks nice. You got the symboling on the chest. I'm never a big fan of black lines around Superman symbols. I like it to be more solid, but you know, I get why they did it, and it doesn't look terrible. You've got the costume itself. It's so the cape sews right into the neckline, and that's a nice little feature there. That looks really good. The way that it bunches behind his neck, I mean, it looks good. It's nicely done. It's two different kinds of fabric. You have like this lighter red kind of fuzzier fabric on the outside, and on the inside we have a shinier red fabric. So there's a nice little contrast there between colors. And then you have to look at the overall costume itself and how it affects the mobility of the Superman, which is the articulation part of this video. This Superman has a butt ton of articulation. However, a lot of it is hindered by the costume. Now, he's got these big, bulky shoulders, and in theory, he should be able to do a lot and have a lot of movement with these shoulders. However, the rubbery kind of shiny costume does get in the way of that, and I would be altogether afraid of tearing the pleather fabric, or at the very least stretching the pleather fabric of this suit. So, I mean, it does have a lot of articulation, but the suit does get in the way of that. And that's going to have to be something you're going to have to think of when you buy this. If you want to stand him in a flight pose, it's likely going to be a, you know, one leg up kind of, I don't even know if that'll look good. If posability is really something you're into, this one might not be exactly what you're looking for. If you just want one you're going to pose on your shelf and have him maybe looking over his shoulder and looking, you know, a little ominous and Superman-like, then, you know, this is what you're looking for. Now, articulation, I'm going to go over what it should have for articulation, because if you decide to buy this figure and replace, you know, kit bash the costume off, then there's going to be a lot. You've got your knees, which appear to be double jointed knees, and there is a lot of range of motion in the knees. You've got not a lot of motion on the ankles. If you pull the boots off there, he's got, oh my God, the hideous Terminator feet. Look at these. That's hideous. Let's put the boots back on before I have nightmares. Get back on there. Anyway, the boots really do get in the way of his range of motion for his feet. So you're also going to want to think of that. Any kind of flying pose, and that's what his feet are going to be like. They're going to be flat. It's going to be floating flat foot. The wrists have... Oh, well, hang on then. The fist just came right out like that. I guess we might as well also pop in some other hands while we're at it. Yeah. Let's pop in the hangy, walky hands. There you go. Now you're a mall walker, Superman. Good job. Anyway, so the range of motion is typical for a ball-jointed hand like that. You've got... Your elbows have... There's a lot of articulation in those elbows. Like, there's a lot. However, as soon as you let them go, because of the pleather costume, it doesn't lose that much, but it doesn't stay completely in place. And then you got the biceps, although I'm not really sure what, you know, why you would want to be swiveling that too much. Anyway, it does have bicep swivel. It does have a huge range of motion in the shoulders. So if you're like me and you're planning on customizing him, this is a really, really good sculpt, in my opinion. Yeah, this costume is going to have to get changed, though, because you can't really do much with it. Okay, so for size comparison, I don't really have that much in the way of anything that's this size to compare it to, but I will bring into the picture what I could scavenge from around the house that I would think is roughly the same size. But it ain't pretty, and it ain't superhero related, but this is what I got. So for starters, I got this George W. Bush doll. I got it bought for me from a yard sale a couple years back. He's pretty rough. He's missing his shoes. My daughter plays with them with her Barbies and Ken dolls, so that gives you an idea of about how big he is. He stands roughly the same size as a Ken doll. But, okay, let's try another one. Or how about this here Indiana Jones doll? Way to go, Harrison Ford. You're looking real rough around the edges, too. You push a little button on his back and... He's missing a foot. It's snapped off and he's missing his shoes too. But okay, another bad choice. Moving along. Okay, all I have is this one last option that I found kicking around in my daughter's room. This Ken doll with a pink dress on. Rachel, what are you doing? I have no idea why she put Ken in a dress. He looks like a princess. But that's the size. Everyone knows how big a Ken doll is. So there you go. That's the size of this Superman figure. I gotta compose myself here for a second. Superman's got his hands out like, really? This is the best you could come up with. This is such a horrible way to end a video. Okay, I had a moment of ill composure there, but I think I've gotten a hold of myself. I guess that's it. I think I've said everything that I can say about this figure. You've gotten the articulation, what the clothing is like, close-up shot of it, the size comparison. So I think that about covers it. So I think that's the end of the video. So if you've enjoyed this video, then please definitely give it a thumbs up. Leave any comments you have in the comment section down below. If you have this figure yourself and you've customized him as well by putting a different costume on, I would love to hear from you and possibly even have you make a video yourself that I can go and see exactly how you customize this, because this is an amazing head sculpt. There's no doubt about it. This looks really awesome. So I'm just curious to see what other people have done with this. Or maybe you've kept it as is. I don't know. Anyway, like I said, it's the end of the video, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time with the next video. See you later.